You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
Oh my God. I think everybody's gonna want a like, share, subscribe, you guys. Make sure y'all follow me on Kick. Let's get over 250 followers on Kick so we can start going live. The links are all in the description box below. Y'all can follow me there. TikTok, X, Facebook, everywhere. Also, man, I appreciate everybody who show love and support the channel. All you guys that are in the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, those links are all in the description box below this video. Man, it's over, bro. I believe it's completely over with tonight, as the allegations have come out, and now it all makes sense. If you guys remember, the First Lady of the United States of America came out, I want to say a month ago. She came out. Melania Trump came out with a statement. In that statement, everybody was clueless to why she said that. It was a woman. This woman right here. And y'all smash the like button, share the video, like the video. Her name is Amanda Ungaro. Is the woman on the far right hand side standing beside your president, Donald J. Trump. Lord Jesus have mercy. Amanda, I'm going to get into her in a second. But tonight, she has come with some of the most serious claims, direct claims, that anybody has ever heard about Melania Trump. She has now claimed, she has personally come out and claimed and made allegations that the First Lady of the United States of America was an escort for the disgraced Jeffrey Epstein. According to the reports, it says a former associate of Melania Trump has sensationally claimed that the First Lady was an escort for Jeffrey Epstein and met the president through the notorious sex offender. Former Brazilian model Amanda Ungaro dropped a bombshell allegation on a tape recording accusing her ex-partner, modeling agent turned presidential envoy Paolo Zampoli, of lying about introducing Melania and Donald Trump at a party in 1998. That is her on the far right, and that is Paolo on the far left. And in between is Melania and your president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. But let's go further. The story of how Melania Doss later met her future husband while working as one of Mr. Zampoli's models in New York is now a part of MAGA folklore. It is also something the First Lady referenced when she held a surprise conference in April, mysteriously denouncing what she claimed were mean-spirited and politically motivated lies linking her to the late child sex. But in her recording, posted on X last night, Amanda Ungaro, who has been locked in a bitter custody battle with Mr. Zampoli for months, disputes this version of events. And I quote, she said, "Let's tell the public you never was the one introducing Melania to Trump. It was Jeffrey Epstein, as she was an escort of Jeffrey Epstein. That's how she met Donald Trump, Ungaro claims in the WhatsApp recording. And I know because I was with you 20 years and you always told me it was not you, it was Jeffrey Epstein. The Daily Beast has reached out to the White House and the First Lady's office for comment. Zampoli, meanwhile, told the Daily Beast, I think it's a disgrace that she dares say this about our marvelous First Lady. I'm truly concerned for her health, and I think she needs some therapy, he says, the Trump ally said of his ex. Zampoli is now a special envoy for global partnerships and a member of the Kennedy Center Board of Trustees. Ungaro, when she was 17 years old, when she boarded Jeffrey Epstein's private jet, the so-called Lolita Express, on a flight from Paris to New York in June of 2002. She was accompanied by her then agent, French modeling scout Jean-Luc Brunel, who was also a recruiter for Jeffrey Epstein. The pair spent years moving in the same social circles as the Trumps and were photographed alongside Donald and Melania Trump at Mar-a-Lago events. Ungaro also made headlines last year accusing Zampoli of using his influence in Washington to trigger her arrest by the United States immigration authorities amid an ongoing custody dispute. Mr. Zampoli, however, strongly denies this, as does the Department of Homeland Security. This latest claim, which was posted on Ungaro's X account but has now been deleted, has once again put the Epstein saga under the spotlight, with Ungaro suggesting that Zampoli was covering for Melania and vice versa, after he was given a position of power in the administration. This directly contradicts statements the First Lady made earlier this year when she told reporters, I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented and detailed in my book, Melania, she says. Lord Jesus, have mercy. Lord Jesus, have mercy, man. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. And it goes on. It goes on. Lord, have mercy. The first time she says I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year of 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings, she told reporters in April. It was not clear at the time what had prompted the First Lady to make her statement, which even seemed to catch the president by surprise. But around the same time, a series of posts from Ungaro began appearing online as direct replies to Melania's archived First Lady account, claiming to know her, threatening threatening to expose everything that she knows. And I quote, she knows that I witnessed highly compromising interactions over the course of 20 years, Amanda Ungaro said in an interview with the Courier in April, without providing details. According to the files released by the Justice Department, a one-time assistant to Jeffrey Epstein also told the FBI, effectively, under the penalty of perjury, that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Donald Trump to Melania. Let me repeat that again. According to files released by the Justice Department, a one-time assistant to Jeffrey Epstein told the FBI, effectively under the penalty of perjury, that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Donald Trump to Melania Trump. Zampoli has nonetheless maintained for years that he was responsible after recruiting Melania to his New York agency. Even without an attorney, I'm volunteering to go to Congress to testify about this because we have seen enough nonsense, he told the Daily Beast in an earlier interview as he recalled playing Cupid. I said, Melania, meet Donald. Donald, meet Melania. And I left the table because I had 300 guests. The recording was first posted on the account of independent journalist and Substacker Anthony Andrews, who said he was asked to post it and tag Zampoli. Lord have mercy. However, the post was taken down sometime today, with Andrews later writing, unusual things continue to occur in the background. What's out there is out there now, but I will continue to be a messenger and follow the request being made of me. In reference to his post, Zampoli had earlier on Monday told the Daily Beast that my lawyers are already on it and he's going to get a lawsuit. He later said in a post that most of the claims being pushed by Ungaro were AI generated, to which Andrews replied, "This is a boxing match you won't win at Zampoli. I have plenty of content, and I assure you it is not AI generated." Lord have mercy. They are in for it. It is going down. Amanda Ungaro, for everybody who wants to know, is not Melania, but she was a friend of Melania. Amanda Ungaro was born in February 1984 in Londrina, Brazil. She's a former Brazilian model, a former diplomat, and a mother of a teenage son with her ex-partner on the far left-hand side of your screen by the name of Paolo Zampoli. She left home at the age of 13 to pursue modeling, initially accompanied by her mother, and worked in places like Sao Paulo, Milan, Germany, Japan, and South Korea. In the 2000s, she was represented by agencies including Ford Models, France, Karen Models, Paris, and ID Models, New York, which was founded by Mr. Paolo Zampoli on the left-hand side of your screen. In June 2002, between age 17 and 18, she flew from Paris to New York on Jeffrey Epstein's plane with her agent, Jean-Luc Brunel, and around 30 other youngins, appearing to be around the ages of 14 and 16 years old. She alleged that Bruno offered her drugs, which she refused. Upon arrival, she signed with ID Models and soon began a relationship with Mr. Paolo Zampoli on the far left-hand side of your screen. She left modeling around 2010 and served as a diplomat for Grenada, the UN ambassador for youth affairs, roles related to the blue economy, ICC, and non-proliferation. She and Zampoli also worked in diplomatic roles during the first Donald Trump administration. Amanda Ungaro and Mr. Zampoli, a longtime Trump associate and modeling agent, were together for nearly 2 decades. A romantic relationship started around 2002 when she was a teenager. They separated around 2018, 2021, and Zampoli claims that they were never formally married and have been in a bitter custody battle over their teenage son, who goes by the name G. Though Zampoli credited with introducing Melania to Donald Trump in 1998, Ungaro and Zampoli socialized with Donald Trump for years. They attended events at Mar-a-Lago or were guests at Donald Trump's inaugurations at the president's table and appeared in photos with the family, including at the White House. She has described knowing Melania for about 20 years as friends and feeling betrayed by Melania Trump. After their split, Amanda Ungaro remarried Brazilian plastic surgeon Joao Arroyo, and lived in South Florida, where they ran a wellness medical spa. In 2024-2025, following an anonymous tip, she and her husband were arrested on charges, including operating an unlicensed medical spa, fraud, and practicing medicine without a license. She denies the allegation, calling them lies. She was detained by ICE for about 3.5 months in Miami-Dade County and later Louisiana before being deported to Brazil in October of 2025. She claims that Mr. Zampoli used his influence with Donald J. Trump administration contacts, e.g., reaching out to top ICE officials to orchestrate her detention, deportation, amid the custody battle. Mrs. Zampoli has denied directing it. Mr. Zampoli denied directing it, saying that he only inquired about the process. She has an outstanding warrant with the United States related to the case. Mrs. Amanda Ungaro has made public statements, social media posts, many of which she has deleted immediately, and given interviews to El País, independent journalists like Becca Day, Nina, amid the custody dispute, her deportation, and Melania's public statements. Her key claims include she alleges that Mrs. Zampoli harassed her starting at age 18 to pursue an intimate relationship and accuses him of sexual abuse and domestic violence, which was reported in the Brazilian media. She claims that he used Donald Trump's connections to have her deported to gain custody advantage. She accused Jeffrey Epstein and said that she was flown on his plane under. She links Mr. Zampoli to Jeffrey Epstein's orbit. Zampoli's name does appear in the Epstein files as they discuss business. She has not publicly detailed witnessing specific illegal acts by Jeffrey Epstein, but she positions herself as someone with an insider knowledge from the modeling world. She claims that Melania Trump knows that I witnessed highly compromising interactions over 20 years through her relationship with Mr. Zampoli. She says that Melania Trump felt threatened by what she knows but did not threaten her directly. She has offered to testify before Congress, the House Oversight Committee. She alleges that the narrative that Mr. Zampoli introduced Melania Trump to Donald Trump is false. Instead, she claims that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Donald Trump to Melania, calling it a false narrative, possible business arrangement, pre-programmed plan benefiting the parties involved. She suggests that Mrs. Zampoli had hidden leverage over Melania Trump and was a recruiter for Jeffrey Epstein. She has publicly posted threats accusing on X, warning Melania Trump to fear what she knows about who you are and who your husband is, calling Donald Trump a PDF husband in one post and threatening to tear down your corrupt system, and warning the former Attorney General Pam Bondi about information that she possesses. These claims were made in early April of this year. She felt betrayed by Melania Trump after reaching out unsuccessfully and facing deportation. On April the 9th, 2026, shortly after her post, Melania Trump came out in front of the world in a public statement denying ties to Jeffrey Epstein, close ties to him, stating that any interactions were just passing social acquaintances, denying she was a victim or that Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump, and threatening legal action against anybody that was spreading those lies. Many observers linked this directly to Mrs. Ungaro's public threats and claims. Many of Ungaro's more explosive claims appear to stem from the continuous custody battle and personal fallout. They are largely self-reported or based on her accounts, with contradictions from Mr. Zampoli, who denies the Jeffrey Epstein involvement or introductions or recruitment and calls some audio manipulated, and no independent corroboration detailed in the public reports for the strongest allegations. Zampoli remains a Trump ally and current administration official. You guys can go look this article up yourselves. Y'all can go look the article up yourselves. It's right there. It's all in the Daily Beast today. She went on her own X. She went on her own X and she put the audio out. Some people have already reposted that audio. Now, Melania Trump has denied this. She says that this woman, Mrs. Zampoli, has denied this. He says that the woman needs help. Melania Trump says that none of this is true. In fact, let's talk about what Melania Trump said right now.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins, UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
So that was what Melania said in her defense. She has a right to defend herself. And so does Donald Trump, so does Mrs. Zampoli. And, they have, when Melania's denied it, Zampoli's came out and said that the woman needs help, that Armando Ungaro is not speaking the truth, he says, and that she needs help. She has issues. And so now this is a situation where Armando Ungaro claims that she has all of this evidence. Well, she may have to show it. Now, again, she did leak a message, but that post had been deleted. That post had been deleted. Now, I will say this. Everybody else, a lot of other people have been talking about this on social media. A lot of people have been talking about this, about the audio that she actually dropped on her page. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Melania, again, has denied this. And, she said this is just not true. You know what I'm saying? So, Melania says that, hey, man, look, this woman's putting out false information. Now, they used to be friends. They used to be friends. So to me, if Amanda, well, she's been deported, so I don't know how they would do that. How they would have to put a person. Because, see, if you lie on the oath, you should go to prison. You know what I'm saying? If she's lying about something like this, anybody, whoever it is, if you're lying, they should go to prison, right? If you lie on the oath. That's why I think that these people should have this type of testimony under oath, because these allegations are so serious. This the first lady of the United States of America being accused of being a bleep. Like, when you do that, you are damn sure better have proof, or damn sure be able to verify or be willing to testify under oath under the penalty of perjury. You understand what I'm saying? For you make those when you make those claims. So Amanda Ungaro, she's been deported, but she said she's willing to testify under oath in front of the House Oversight Committee. So I don't know if they're gonna call her now. Melania says that they should call all these women and have all of them testify and give their testimony. So I wonder if she'll be open to her being brought back to give her testimony under oath. That way, if she lies under oath, they can lock her ass up, and then you know what I'm saying. That'll be the end of it. You guys, let me know what y'all think, though, man. What do you guys think? This woman has come out and she has stated that Melania Trump, she alleges, was an escort for Donald J. Trump, the president. An escort for Jeffrey Epstein, and met Donald Trump through Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Amanda has dropped these allegations, and this is absolutely shaking up the entire internet right now. When she dropped those claims, with this article being out in the Daily Beast. So, Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all believe it or do you not believe it? Let me know in the comment section. Do you believe what Amanda said, or do you think that Amanda's lying and she's just being vindictive because of the situation with her with that son? Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.